You are watching Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast with your boy Ryan Enjoys Wrestling and MWO, and this is our WWE Survivor Series War Games prediction show where we're going to predict not one, not two, not three, but 4 total matches right now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're listening or you're watching, enjoy the show because we're going to go into full detail on 4 freaking matches, believe it or not. Imagine going to San Diego. Just so you know, these tickets, because I live right by San Diego, I wanted to go. They're like $700, $800, $900 to like get into the building, and you get 4 matches. Womp, womp.
I know. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I wanted to go to this event too, and I looked at tickets, and 4 matches. Like, fly me across the country for 4 freaking matches. Like, that's not even worth. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
And you should have come. I didn't know. If you would have, I would have went because there's a bunch of good nude beaches in San Diego. We would have had a blast, bro. We would have had a blast. I love San Diego, baby. But But here's the thing, right? 4 matches, and 2 of them you won't be able to see. Because there's a giant cage, 2 rings. I can barely follow when they record it, and I'm watching on a television, let alone live and in person. So, man, I can't even imagine. But nonetheless, we're going to predict it. Ryan, are you ready?
I am, man. It was a good week in WWE, and hopefully this is the last PLE of the year, which it is the last PLE. But hopefully they end the year on a positive note. They end the year strong, and they give us something in this event. I really hope they give us something. I don't know if they will, but I really want them to do something to advance some of these stories.
Well, we're going to do our best at talking into the universe, so let's do it. Hit the music. 2 dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention, a 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes will bring the heat. Get the point, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'. It's been a pretty good week. I mean, we had the tumble heard around the world with Brock Lesnar. You know what? I got to say before we get into it, poor Brock, man. And not poor Brock because he's probably like a sexually harassing human being. But the thing is that bro slipped where it was wet. He slipped on the ground. That dude was able to do like a tumble back roll, got up, threw his hat on a Bron Breakker who wanted nothing to do with that fucking hat. If you didn't notice, he threw that shit at Paul Heyman, like, get that shit off me. But he like laughed it off, turned around. Paul was laughing at him. He laughed it again and still stayed in character. Brock Lesnar, man, for all the shit he gets, because he is a disgusting human being, but if you just take all that away on the surface, for being such a big steroided country boy, at least he's got a sense of humor. He ripped his pants, laughed it off, fell in front of everybody, laughed it off. No, you know what I mean? Like, most of the people in the world would have ran away crying. Brock Lesnar handled it like a pro. So
that was the best part, was he handled that beautifully. And it just goes to show that the man knows what he's doing out there. Like, he ad-libbed everything. The laughing with Paul Heyman, putting the hat on Bron Breakker. Like, was that scripted? Was that not scripted? Is that teasing something because Bron Breakker wanted nothing to do with it? Is that teasing something for WrestleMania or something? And maybe they're going to have heat with each other in this match, and maybe Brock just kind of played along with it to advance that whole thing. Or maybe it's nothing, but you never know in WWE. And then my favorite part was after everything happened on Raw, Brock Lesnar goes and wipes up the spot where he slipped, and like a fan's like, hey, watch out for that spot right there, and he's like, oh, right here, and he like wipes it up. And then Drew McIntyre comes over there and wipes it up with them, and they're like laughing about it. It was they made the best out of what could have been a shitty situation. And like you said, if it was anybody else, I don't think they would have handled it the way that Brock handled it.
No, Brock could have got injured. People like slips, like
Adam
the worst
Cole?
injuries. Yeah, the worst injuries in the NFL too are non-contact, right? When something happens and you blow a knee. I mean, that guy could have hit his head, shoulder. Look at Penta. You could have easily just injured yourself, like and been done, and there it goes. So the fact that he was able to tumble that, roll it, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. All these people, all these creators on, oh, he lost his aura. Oh, he's so I'm like,
so
you guys
stupid.
are such morons.
People are
man.
so morons.
Let's make fun of people because we don't do anything with ourselves. We sit at home on a couch. Like, no, that was freaking. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was cool. All right. Let's get into it. It's prediction time. And as always, just so you know, before we go, I know it's only 4 matches, but Ryan is going to attempt to get all 4 matches in a row. He thinks he's like Nostradamus when it comes to this. Let's see if Nostradamus got it right. And he's starting off with the homeboy, Mr. San Diego himself, the man who came out of Eddie Guerrero's nutsack, Dominik Mysterio, trying to regain his IC championship against John Cena. John Cena's last PLE match ever. Who do you got?
Yeah, and I know we were kind of talking before we went on the air about how the order of this show, and we could both see this match opening the show, but we could also see this match closing the show, being that it's John Cena's final PLE of the year. But it's also called War Games, and I feel like they're going to close with War Games. But this match could also very likely main event. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. And I also wanted to talk about that segment on Monday Night Raw with Dominik Mysterio and little John Cena. Everyone seemed to be crapping on it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny.
Who crapped on it?
Everybody on X was
why? Because it was a little person. Oh, it's Triple H doing old material. Is that why?
It was because it was a Vince McMahon type segment. Vince McMahon would have booked it. Vince McMahon would have done that. But like, it was entertaining. It was funny. And, Dom played it off beautifully by saying, hey, that wasn't the plan. Stick to the script. Like, hey, stick to it. And then he kicks
the
him.
The little guy killed it too.
Yeah. He sent him flying when he kicked him. It was hilarious. So
that
funny.
segment was awesome. Oh, whoever thought that was stupid is just trying too hard. Yeah, I can probably name the creators you're talking about. No, let's stop trying. Yeah. No, that was.
But also, I did want to say, if we did LVD, MVD this week, my LVD would be Rey Mysterio because, man, like that guy is the biggest heel in WWE. The man came out like 15 minutes late. Like the little person had been beaten down, battered, destroyed by Dominik Mysterio.
Frog splashed.
Yeah, and that's when Rey Mysterio decides to come out. Not before he hits the 619, not before he hits the frog splash, but after to check on the little person. And it's like, Rey, like, why are you late, man? Like, come on. Like, not only was he a deadbeat dad, but he's not a very good friend. Ask Santos Escobar, ask everybody else that's teamed with Rey Mysterio, Carlito. So, but yeah.
No,
so
we got to stop liking Rey Mysterio for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a good person. But as far as this match is concerned, my prediction is that Dominik Mysterio is going to get his championship back.
Woo!
I think we're getting a big return. I don't think the Judgment Day is going to help him. I think it's going to be Liv Morgan comes back and causes a distraction for John Cena, allowing Dom to roll him up and steal the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Dom and Liv live happily ever after.
Finally, Ryan, we're on the same page. That's exactly how this is going to go. And that's why this will go first, because Dom is going to win and the crowd will cheer. They're going to boo him when he walks out. They're going to cheer him when he wins. I'm telling you right now, they love Dom in his hometown, San Diego. He deserves. John Cena does not need the IC title in his last match. It makes 0 sense. It's not. Gunther's not going to win the IC championship again. And why would you have John win it just to relinquish it? Dom is winning. And why would you have them rematch if John Cena was going to beat him again? None of it makes sense. And I'm so sick of creators because none of them ever are right. Yeah, they don't. And I'm always right. And I always get shit for being wrong by all these comments. And it's like, research, homies. I ain't never wrong. Dom is winning. Liv is coming back. Her fine. Whew. Can't wait. It's going to be good times. And then we'll finish off the Judgment Day business later on. But yes, Dom wins next. Let's go. Thank you. Next. Oh, the women's War Games match. The match nobody in their right mind ever asked for. We got the good girl side, Team AJ Lee with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus Team Becky Lynch. Although they were the last two added in. With Last Legend, Nia Jax. We got Asuka and
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Singh. Thank you.
Kabuki Warriors.
All right. Yeah. Kabuki Warriors. I should have just said that. I forgot they're the tag team champions. I looked, the picture threw me off because I'm like, wait, who's that with the title?
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was Kairi Singh. Yeah, that's why. All right. Who do you got?
And these pictures there's so many people in these matches that they had to like condense the picture size to like fit everybody in. So
look at Becky Lynch. It's looking like she just got like liposuction on her cheekbones. That's not even her.
No. I'm gonna go with the babyface team. I feel like you brought AJ Lee into the fold. I feel like AJ Lee has to win. I think Jessica Carr is going to be the referee of this match. And I think AJ Lee is going to pin Becky Lynch in the middle of the ring with Jessica Carr counting. And that's just going to set Becky Lynch off even more because she lost her Intercontinental Championship. And now she's going to lose. She's going to be the reason her team loses in War Games. And it's going to set her over the edge to where maybe she attacks this poor referee or something. And because I think there's been a report that Jessica Carr has been working out in the ring and wants to get into the ring, and maybe this is how they make her a wrestler. So maybe she gets a match with Becky Lynch or something. So, and if Becky Lynch knows how to do anything, it's put people over and make people look great. So it would be a great debut match for Jessica Carr if that's the direction that they're going. But I think the baby faces win, and I think Jessica Carr plays a factor in it.
I'll let Becky Lynch put me over anything. We either are the same person now, or this match is just super easy to predict. But I got the same exact everything. Jessica Carr, though, just so you know, is a wrestler. She actually trained with Dudley Bubba Ray before. She wanted to be a wrestler when she came to WWE. They were basically like, "We ain't got room for you, girl," and she was like, "Okay, I'll be a ref." So her trying to get in now makes sense. She's a good-looking girl too, and she looks like she's got a good little WWE physique, so I think she'll do well. But nonetheless, I got the same exact thing as you. AJ pins Becky, and I'm assuming it doesn't look like Becky's going to win back that IC title though. So maybe we'll just eventually get an AJ Becky match sometime in the future. But yeah, AJ's pinning Becky for sure. The good guys win. Should be a fun match though.
Yeah, it should be.
I wonder if it'll get bloody. That's my.
We'll see. Yeah, I feel like they're going to try to. I know they're not doing the counter programming to Blood and Guts, but I do think they're going to try to outdo the women from Blood and Guts.
The women's one was good, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to top. It's going to be hard to top, but so it wouldn't surprise me to see Blood.
This won't top it. This won't top it. That match is match of the year candidate. Yeah. All right, the match everybody asked for on YouTube and X. It is one Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella for the women's championship. Who do you got?
I feel like it's going to be Nikki Bella, but
whoa!
No, I'm not predicting.
You're doing the Triple H belt.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing because he has to do the obligatory title change at every single PLE and every single big event. And this is the only title match on the card. You just turned Nikki Bella heel. Why would you turn her just to have her lose in her first match with Stephanie Vaquer? Stephanie Vaquer needs a reason to, needs to have a reason for existing in the WWE right now. And I feel like, I feel like taking the belt off of her and putting it on Nikki Bella would give her a good story, would give us a reason to be invested in her. So you know what? Yeah, I am going to predict it. I think we're going to get the obligatory shock you title change, and Nikki Bella is going to win the Women's World Championship.
Man, the sad part is you're probably right, but I'm going Stephanie Vaquer. I just don't see a world like, what do you do with Nikki next? And I get it, like Maxine Dupree, what do you do with her next? Absolutely nothing. You give her Ivy Nile, no one cares. So yeah, I don't know what you would do with Nikki Bella next, but I get your logic. Yeah. The rematch, but then Stephanie just wins. I don't know. I'm going to say Stephanie Vaquer, but I would not be surprised if this is the Triple H shock moment of the PLE. Like nothing else happens in the men's War Games. Dom doesn't win. We just get Nikki Bella winning. I would not be shocked if that happened.
We're going to have a new IC champion. So maybe he won't change titles, 2 titles on the same show.
But that's what I'm saying. I can picture John winning and them being like, no, let's have Nikki Bella. That'll shock him. Yeah. I can. Yeah. Yikes. But I'm still going Stephanie Vaquer. All right. Men's War Games time. It is the most star-studded, greatest, biggest match ever. We got the Usos. We got Usos' uncle. We got Cody Rhodes and CM Punk versus Slippity Doodah, Brock Lesnar, The Vision, Logan Paul, and one Drew. I could never win a title match. McIntyre. Who do you got? And are we getting some kind of shenanigans?
Oh, man. I'm going to go the heels are going to win. I think Paul Heyman, The Vision, and all them are going to win. I just think the stars are aligning. We haven't had the baby faces always win in War Games. I think only one time where it was Bloodline with Sami Zayn beat Kevin Owens and like the Brawling Brutes and Sheamus and all these people. And like the first time they brought it back, and then Judgment Day lost to Team Cody and Randy the next year. And then last year, Roman's Bloodline beat Solo's Bloodline. So I feel like the heels are due for a win here. So I'm going to go Team Brock wins. But I just don't think there's going to be a twist. I don't. I think this time, this is where Drew McIntyre is going to pin Cody Rhodes. He's not going to win the title off of him. He's not going to win the belt. But I could see Drew, getting his comeuppance on everything that's happened. And this is where he actually pins Cody Rhodes, and Cody loses it for the baby faces.
Okay, I'm going the same way. The heels win the end. Team Vision's winning. Let's just move on from that. No, I'm still going Jimmy. I said it a long time ago. I predicted this like 3 months. I said Jimmy, I'm going to stick to it. The Usos were too buddy. They were too, we're on the same page. Usos, yay. And they're coming out to Jay's music and not Jimmy's. It's just the stars are aligned. And the other three, I feel like the three main, Punk, Roman, and Cody will all be on the same page. It's going to look good. And Jimmy's going to do something. My thing is, who does Jimmy cost? Who does Jimmy turn on? Does he turn on Punk? Does he turn on Cody? He can turn on Roman. He can turn on all three of them. Does he turn on Jay? Who does he turn on and why? I have Sami Zayn. Like, this is like haluva kick. And I just feel like this is all over again. Triple H only has 2 ideas in his brain cell. I feel like it's Jimmy Costin. I don't know who gets the pin, but Team Vision wins. I can't predict much more than that. I don't want to be wrong, but I just feel like Jimmy, this is it for him. He's turning. And I think Jimmy joins the Vision. I'm going to throw it out there. Why not?
I can see it, man.
Paul puppeteering him back over. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. I'm just going off of previous War Games matches where we all think something huge is going to happen. Last year, a lot of people thought like, oh, War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline. Solo's Bloodline is going to win because The Rock's going to come back and it's going to set up, all this, The Rock's Bloodline and it's Roman's Bloodline. This is how we finally get Rock and Roman. And that obviously never transpired. And then the year before was the return of Randy Orton. And, so that the bit got something in that match, I guess. But,
hey, we got Punk.
Yeah, but that came after. Yeah, that was after the match, though. So it didn't affect the War Games match afterwards. But I'm gonna, I could also see a scenario where Jay turns heel because he has the history with Cody Rhodes. Him and Cody were tag team champions. I could see a scenario where he turns heel.
Too many fans.
I know. Yeah,
I'm gonna do I'm gonna kid entrance every week. They got to do it every week.
I think you're right. I think it is going to be Jimmy. He's going to factor into the decision. And I think, I said it a couple of months ago and nobody has, argued with me yet, but I still think Jimmy Uso is the one that attacked Jacob Fatu. And I think those two stories are going to be connected somehow. And that he was working with Paul Heyman this whole time on, he took out Jacob Fatu because he wanted to be next for Cody Rhodes or something. So we'll see what happens. But I think Jimmy might play a factor.
Who's Jacob Fatu? Oh, right,
yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of,
I thought it was Rikishi. Yeah.
And speaking of, Jacob Fatu, I like how he gets taken out backstage and he's gone. He's written off TV. We don't see him for a couple of months. Cody Rhodes gets attacked backstage at the beginning of SmackDown with Drew McIntyre, bloodied, beaten to a pulp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Drew McIntyre cutting a great promo afterwards, being like, you know, welcome to War Games, wait for War Games, can't wait to see you, and all that. And then Cody Rhodes is completely fine, runs out into the ring, cuts a promo. Great promo. I'm not knocking the promo. It was cool.
Good promo.
And, you know, saying Paul Heyman, you build them and I beat them. But it was just like, you can't even like give Drew. I know Drew didn't attack Jacob Fatu now because we saw how he beat up Cody Rhodes. Cody was fine. So Jacob would have gotten up and walked away if Drew had attacked him. So I just thought that was a little cheesy.
What can I tell you, man? Rhodes are built different, man. There's Samoans and then there's Rhodes, baby. They're built way
Wrestling has
different.
more than one royal family, I guess.
Hell yeah, the Lesnars, Bowie. Have you seen his daughter? It looks just like him, but I would say with boobs, but she doesn't. She just looks just like him. Yeah. The same. There's no whoever the baby. It's not Sable's kid, right? It's other wife.
I don't know. I think so.
Not important. But there you go. That's our Survivor Series War Game prediction. We were almost perfect on all of them, except Ryan wanted to be wrong in the Nikki Bella one, so he went with her. But other than that, you can take these to the bank. They have to give us something, dude. I know what you're saying, and every year we said the same thing, but we got to get something. And a 4-match, and you said you've already seen the SmackDown results. There is no added-on match, so it's only 4.
Not that we know of.
You gotta give us something. I mean, I know the War Game matches are probably going to go an hour each, so that's why. But yeah, you got to give us something. If not,
but that's why if they give us Live at the beginning, then technically they gave us something, so they don't have to give us anything in War Game. But I want something to happen. These stories are dragging on a little too long, so it's time to get them to the next chapter and then drag those out for 6 months.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. As always, thank you so much for tuning into our prediction show, Survivor Series. And next week, we wanted to put these two out really quick. Sorry we didn't do a WWE edition, the whole weekly review, but it's because Thanksgiving, we got to be with our families. We got to celebrate Black Friday. We got so much stuff going on. So we wanted to give you something. So thank you so much for tuning in and for always watching and following us. And we will be back next week, fully back to the full reviews, and we will give us our thumbs up and thumbs down of the Survivor Series match. So tune into that. As always, if you just want to check me out, I'm at my_wrestling_opinion on all your social media. And with me, as always, is the man with the plan.
It's Ryan Enjoys Wrestling on all social media platforms. Go follow me there. Go follow us on X at 2DudesPC, on TikTok at 2DudesWithAttitudes, on Twitch at 2Dudes_with_attitudes, and on Instagram at 2Dudes_with_attitudes podcast. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel where we are starting to make some headway again. We're starting to get some more traction and views.
Yes, we are.
Appreciate all the love and support there. So go subscribe over there at 2Dudes_with_attitudes as well. And then for everyone listening to us in audio land, we appreciate the love there. We're in the top 10% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. So help us keep climbing up the ranks. Help us get into that top 5%, that top 1% of all listened to wrestling podcasts. And the way to do that is to leave us 5-star ratings and reviews and tell everyone about your favorite two dudes on the internet. And as always, we appreciate everyone's love and support. Help the two dudes grow, baby.
Two Dudes Wolfpack. We out.
Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and the attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes to bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on time to